There's a new effort going on in artificial intelligence. It's called Seldonian research, and it's about removing undesirable behaviors and trying to prevent bias. So it's focused on undesirable behaviors and bias. The time frame that this fits in is that it's while artificial intelligence is still a kind of a tool for humans. So it's while we still have the capability to partner with artificial intelligence, and while we are still the ones, the people are still the ones that are setting the goals and the objectives. The idea here is that the issue that we have is that the questions and the concerns that many of the, like Elon Musk and Max Tegmark and Stephen Hawking have, is that we really have to figure out how we can as work with the technology where we are aligned, our goals and objectives are aligned with its goals and objectives. And one of the things that the Seldonian is doing is it's basically saying the challenge that we're facing is the challenge of complexity. And the challenge of complexity says that what we have to, you have this idea that there's emergence. So there's things you don't know about until the end and until after they happen, right? There's adaptive inputs, which means things are changing as you're trying to deal with them. There's the whole idea of all the different dimensions of biases and things that color, race, culture, all these things that hide behind the wall of bias, and how we can get them out of the data and also out of the search criteria itself. So basically, let's look at this and say, okay, let's look at complexity. We're going to look at it in kind of two veins with regards to this Seldonian AI. One is the idea that we have to be able to refine the objective. All right, and because in complexity, you're really focused on two major things. You're focused on what matters, and you're focused on what works. All right, the idea behind what these is that you don't know necessarily until you've seen the output. And the Seldonian algorithm is based upon the idea is that the user is able to define undesirable behavior into the interface, and the researcher is able to change it, and the user provides the data. So basically, what we're saying is that by refining the objective using Seldonian, we can include undesirable behavior. It's that way we can align it with what matters. And since it's iterative, since we're constantly, the designers are getting involved and users are getting involved, we can adjust it for what works. So this Seldonian AI gives us the capability to teach the AI and to deal with complexity. Think about in the game War Games where they taught the futility of war to the computer, and that's how they got it to stop what it was doing. But now add on top of that the idea that artificial intelligence itself is now using learning systems. So now we have the capability to learn, like the issue with Go, where what it did in winning Go, it used a move that was defied all human intuition. So now we can as part of this deal, we can ask the system to help us find patterns. So now we have with Seldonian AI, we have the capability to find patterns that are in the algorithm. We have the ability to find patterns that are in the data, and we have the ability to find patterns that are in the interface, so that we can really address the problem and have a complexity married with our artificial intelligence. Thank you.